The 0.40 release of the CI/CD Assets Visual Studio Code Extension didn't provide any new functionality at all. This release was solely about implementing this thing called Inversify.js. So I found out about this through a friend of mine, an online friend of mine, Admiring Worm on GitHub, or his name's Kim Nordmo. He has been submitting some pull requests to some of the projects that I work on, and one of them was to make a modification to a new extension that I'm in the process of creating so I'm doing a Twitch stream where I'm actually creating a new Visual Studio Code extension. And Kim pointed out that it's possible to have this inversion control container within my code base. So rather than having all the code in one file without kind of clear segregations of responsibilities and where things are written, it's possible to use Inversify.js to provide that isolation of those things. So if I go up here now and have a look, so I've now pulled this into the CI/CD Assets extension. So now if we look at the source code for this, rather than having a single extension.ts file, which was what was there before, because it kind of grew organically as I was adding in more commands, now there's clear segregation of those commands into individual files, and then into each individual file, I'm then passing in the things that I need. So, for example, here I've got a thing I'm calling the message service. So it's handling all of the showing of information dialogues to the end user, to collecting information via input boxes. File system service is providing isolation from the actual file system. So rather than writing directly to the file system, I'm now writing to this interface. So again, it's easier to test and therefore easier to maintain the extension going forward. So now there's kind of clear segregation between those things, and there's a lot less code in these individual files rather than having one long extension.ts that just has all the code in it. Now it should be nice and clear, hopefully, what this one thing does. So it was all thanks to Kim that I've implemented this on here. I looked at what he did with the PR that he created into my new extension, and I decided that I wanted to import this into my other extensions as well. So thanks to Kim for that. If you notice anything that doesn't work any longer as a result of this change, feel free to reach out. But from the testing that I've done so far, it seems to work pretty well. So very happy with the change that's going in there. Thank you very much.